in things to drive content, and then, things don't get picked to be talked about, or you feel weird. It's just harder. This is much easier to me, at least now. It wasn't a year ago. Now it is. Anyway, I bitched about, I'm having an anxiety attack. This guy flipped out. Hey, thanks for reading my post on the air. I'm pretty aware of how decisions are made, but typically adults don't make life-altering decisions without at least something else lined up. Nobody is being a dick to you about it, Eric, but I think it's fair for people to question the future of the show when a main cast member jumps ship. And then he doubled down on the next one. Again, thanks for reading this one as well. You're acting like we are hoping for your show to get ended. Not true at all. With your condescending tone, you come off as more of a dick than us questioning whether the show we love will still be on the air. It's nervousness, but hopefulness for F's sake. And I wrote, relax, mad guy. It just seemed quite negative. Yeah. And then he adds with, you could have read MLK's I Have a Dream speech in that tone, and it would have sounded negative. Nobody's mad. Curious and nervous, but definitely not mad. Right. So now all of a sudden my comments are this terrible thing, despite the fact that not even 15 minutes ago they were completely in line with almost every other post in this thread. That's not true. At this point, it doesn't really matter whether you want to interpret them as negative or in their true manner. A day one listener's concerns over the future of the show of a man who I felt was wronged and supported since the day you were fired from the Twins. But hey, what's the loss of one more listener, he adds. Good luck on the future, Eric. I'm sure you'll need it. So then I'm like, oh, God, man, come on,
Wait,
dude.
That person said they're not going to listen anymore?
Apparently, well, that's what it seemed like to me.
Because I recognize the name. They're a heavy
supporter.
Well, yeah, they're on Reddit a lot. Either as far as making the post, or commenting on the
so then I felt
threads.
bad, and I was like, my bad. Thanks for the support. I'm hoping I can save it, hoping I can fix it. But
if it's the guy I think it is.
Do you actually know him personally?
No. I just recognize the name because I see it a lot on the
his handle.
Yes.
That isn't what I intended. So, I mean, I guess it stands to reason, though. Why is it so bad that if you throw it out there and then I discuss as a point on the show, tongue-in-cheek, oh, my God, thanks, I'm having an anxiety attack. And frankly, I don't remember what exactly I said. If he interpreted some tone, it wasn't any slight intended. It's silly. And that's, again, this all comes back to who I am and what I choose to reveal to a person and an audience on the air. I am completely comfortable with telling everybody that I have this anxiety disorder, that I'm deathly afraid every single day about how this could end. I know that. Yeah. But still, every day we have to strap it on and we gotta do it. I mean, this is what they came here for. They signed up for this. I signed up for this. I'm okay with that. But if you're going to throw that out there, I mean, we can talk about it and we can reference it, right?
Right.
I mean, I don't feel like I did. He made me feel like I just did something terribly wrong to him, but I don't think I did. Just because
not at all. I mean, no. Reddit should be. And
I don't hate it. I like engaging those people. I know the Twins despise them, and that's never my thing. I'm open to that.
It should be like email or Twitter and then Reddit. Like the three things, if you're going to talk about the show, it should be able to be talked about on the show.
I understand your concerns, a person's concerns about the what happens on this show. And the long and the short of it is, if people come to the party and listen, you'll be there for a long time. And it's sink or swim. It's that simple. So I try to put myself in a position here at the company to do the ultimate best job I can, do as many jobs as possible, be as able to work and be as accommodating as I can. I work very, very hard, and you will too. Now that you'll be joining in us on the air check sessions, Ben, about how to improve what's happening on the radio.
Finally.
And I am completely trusting in our boss, Lori, who has provided me with some real pain-in-the-ass insight as to how this show goes down. And I went kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
The pace of this show is unbelievable. It's very fast. We rip through our topics. Yeah. We don't settle. It's get in, get out, move to the next.
Yeah, and it's rare to have
and that's
one topic from one segment carry over to the next.
And we go as far as we can, and then boom, on to the next one. Wash, rinse, repeat. There's a guy named Bruce who works in corporate. I work with him regularly. We talk about this stuff. Is this good? Is it bad? What sucks? What doesn't? Frankly, when we did the game today, I felt the momentum stop.
Really?
Yeah. I like the pace of the show, being that we talk about the things that people are talking about. We laugh along with the topics. We keep it moving. That was the knock on the games by a lot of audience members. And it was, here's the one thing. You had a love or hate with the games. And so if I'm in a position where I know that we can do content that has the best chance of getting the love sign as opposed to the hate sign, I'm going to go with what I know can get more love signs than I will some love signs.
Right.
And the bottom line is the dynamic of the room. Talking about what they're talking about, interacting with them, playing audio, personal stories, the chemistry of the room, which is why it was so strange to me that, oh, God, Julius is out. Well, we just built all this chemistry. Now it's not gone because you and I have chemistry.
Right. It's just
but
different.
Now it's way different. And you're very easy to work with. In all honesty, you give me more in terms of the things I talk about than Julius ever has. It's just not his bag. He's not good at it.
Okay, well, I guess the main reason with that is the main two people. Well, this is weird to say because I don't want to boost your ego, but the two
who would want to do that?
The two people I've looked up to the most in radio have been you and Jim Norton, and the reasons why that is because you two open up the most about personal stuff, and it makes you relate to that person.
You figured out radio. That there is the puzzle.
Well, so that's why I always want to. Yeah. So if I have something that I can, even if no matter if it's something good about yourself or something completely terrible about yourself, you still share it because somebody's going to relate to it.
You can take any wacky bit. You can take anything. And you can put together the most kick-ass show in your mind, and you can put it on the air, and then the next day you'll be walking down the street, and some guy will say to you, man, yesterday's show was great. Oh, really? What'd you like about it? That time when you told, during that segment where you said your daughter called you an idiot.
Yeah.
It's those moments.
Right.
And I was able to, oh, boy, they like that.
Yeah.
And you hear it enough, and there's one segment, and it just happened, that has gotten me the most feedback. And to me, there's two things that take place. If you interact with someone and they say, oh, my God, you made me laugh today, and you say, really, what happened? They go, I can't remember. That's kind of good.
Yes.
But they couldn't remember the exact thing you said. But if you really strike it, they're going to remember specific details. And that happened with Seth's fart.
Okay.
Seth's fart, I can't even say it, allowed caused three interactions to happen the next day.
Like in person or?
In-person interactions.
Okay.
I was at that 5K Saturday morning. Two people walked up and said, oh, my God, when Seth farted. That was incredible.
Yeah.
Now, that was a random moment. But still, it was better than anything else that they remembered. And those are the moments that make the meters move. The mooters move. So, I think we still have that type of vibe intact with just now two people fighting for mic time for the next week. Now, audience members need to know. You will be doing, I don't want to say damage, but I never want to shy away from an audience member giving constructive criticism.
Right.
But when we bring people in here, because this is a job opening.
Yes.
And several worthy people have applied for the job.
Yeah.
And I'm confident in all of their abilities. And I have let go of the process. I inform Lori, I'm like, tell me who's coming in, and then we will accommodate. And she's like, okay. And she's super low-key about it. And I go, I don't want to know anything. I don't want any. Just let me know 5 minutes beforehand who's coming in, and we'll deal them in. No big deal. You're the guy up first. So we sit in here, and we do our thing, and we take it as it comes. No pressure. It'll be like this.
No, it is pressure, and I feel like it's more pressure for me because it's just the two of us. Whereas the other people, it's going to be 3 people, and it's harder to do with 2 people. I feel like where it's easier to hold the conversation when there's 3.
Yeah, that's fair. But I think that we've got enough chops between us that it'll be okay. And then we're going to bring in other people too.
Yeah.
And so what I hate is, and I'm not going to say, hey, don't do that, because I kind of feel like an idiot. People are going to come in here, and some people are going to like them, some people are not. Just know this. Let's say person A comes in here. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if it's Howard Stern. It's going to be weird.
Right.
The first thing the average listener is going to want to do is say, well, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
That is not going to work.
It'll probably happen Monday.
The only advice I can give is wait, because I'm looking for certain things that the audience doesn't know, and blocking and tackling things, what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
And when that person is found, we then go and start. Only at that time, when we settle, and then a period of time of working together takes place where we have legs, then it's the most fair to objectively listen to what's on the radio. But the feeling out process, I would love it if everybody just kept it low key and just let it happen. I understand that I'm trying to get out in front of the hate email.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to do.
I get it.
You see? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
That's fair, because everybody wants this gig. It's a good job. Everybody's got radio in their blood and wants to do it.
Yeah.
I, for one, I can't imagine not doing this business. It would break my heart. My God, would it be torn to pieces? Because this, to me, is the most fun in the world, being able to sit there and just go on, and then someone's interested about it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the reason why I've stuck around.
You got to be a glutton for punishment. You've been through many job interviews trying to get gigs.
Yeah.
You got the door slammed in your face. Your pride, your ego was smashed into oblivion numerous times.
Almost
quit, probably.
Worse.
I see. Yeah, man, I've been there. That's an awful, awful, awful vibe. And,
if my sister's wedding wasn't last year,
and it was based on radio, it was based on your worth you felt low.
It was me not getting interviewed across the street.
Yeah, you thought this is it.
I have issues with that, whatever, on a daily basis. But then, when that happened, it was like, I don't know. It was a rock bottom moment.
It's a gut punch. I get it. Yeah. Well,
because I don't know. Yeah, it was a huge
to a person
blow to my ego.
A person who doesn't have something that an added wrinkle in that being your brain and my brain tries to trick us from time to time. For most people, that's not a key factor in being motivated to do something so dark. But for you and I, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And when I felt at my lowest, I thought, okay. And thank God I had a group of people around me. And I don't know if you were able to talk to anyone.
I don't. I keep it to myself.
So that's tough. And
which is bad. The only time I ever talk is if I'm in a relationship. I'll talk to that person, but otherwise I don't.
Yeah.
I try to keep it to myself.
You know that's not healthy.
No, I know.
You're aware of that. You know that. And you can always call me, man.
It's weird, but I hate doing it because there's times when I do talk about it, and then there's people that make you feel worse about it because, one, they don't believe that it's true, and then, I don't know. That's the main thing.
Since you started working here, has that been able to has that left you to some degree?
Oh no, it's been bad. I mean, you guys brought up, you thought